Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So, inshallah, now we're moving on to the next section. So, we said before, we are going to be discussing the mufrad, a word on its own. Is it not working? The pen?
It should be.
It's not working. Everything's gone haywire. So, we said here, the word on its own, the mufrad. We discussed the mufrad on its own. Then we said we start Jumla Ismiya. And Jumla Ismiya, we mentioned the mubtada and we mentioned the khabar. Now we're going on to An-Nawasikh. Now what's a nasikha? The Nawasikh, nasakha yansikhu naskhan, means to erase or to copy. So the Nawasikh, what do Nawasikh do? They copy or they erase the amal of the mubtada and the khabar. When you have a mubtada and you have a khabar, what happens? Mubtada is in what state? And the khabar is which state? The khabar, mubtada khabar. Marfu'. When you have any of the nawasik, whether it's kana or whether it's the huruful mushabbaha bil fa'l or af'alul qulub, they enter onto a mubtada and a khabar, but the mubtada and the khabar are no longer marfu'. Both are no longer marfu'. One is marfu', one is mansub. It changes it. So naskh, it changes it. It abrogates, erases the previous rule of both being marfu'. Do you understand? And the nawasikh are of three main categories. Kana and everything like kana. Kana, laysa, all of those. The particles which resemble laysa, because laysa is a fi'l naqis, and the particles that resemble laysa, like ma, la, layta, ma, la and lata, sorry. Then,
If it's the particle that represent laysa, then why do I have laysa?
where?
Underneath.
That's supposed to be la li nafyil jins. It's supposed to be la li nafyil jinsi. La li nafyil jins. And huruf mushabbaha bil fa'il, la li nafyil jins, af'alul qulub. All of these negate and nullify the action of the mubtada and khabar. So one of them becomes mansub. So there are three types, as we're saying, an-nawasikh li hukm al-mubtada'i wal khabar. Those things, those words, whether they are verbs, whether they are harf. Okay, those things which erase or nullify. So those things which erase or nullify the ruling of the mubtada and the khabar. What's the ruling of mubtada and the khabar? What is it? Marfu'. Marfu', marfu'. So the things that erase are three types. And the first one is what? Kana. Ahaduha is kana and all the fi'lun naqis. What do we have? Kana and all of the fi'lun naqis. Now we'll go through all of them one by one. You've done this in surah already. The kana. So kana is for what? If you say kana rajulu maridan, what does kana mean? Was. Kana gives the meaning of was. Yes, you need to know the meanings of all of them. Asbaha, to be in the morning. He may say to be, by which state? In the morning. To be in the morning. Then the next one is adha. What does duha mean? Forenoon. So it also means to be, but in which state? Duha, forenoon. So all of them means to be, but forenoon. So for example, asbaha ar-rajul. So kana ar-rajulu maridan, the man was sick. Asbaha ar-rajulu bari'an, the man was healthy in the morning. Bari, to be better, recovered. We'll do amsa later on. Okay. Then we have amsa. So adha is forenoon, before noon, and amsa is afternoon, late afternoon. So amsa here means late afternoon, or in the evening. Not evening, late afternoon is better, before sunset. So adha ar-rajulu amilan, the man spent the early morning doing what? Amal, work. So amsa ar-rajulu kallan, so in the evening he was what? Kallan, tired. So amsa ar-rajulu kallan. Then after that you have dhalla, means entire day. To spend the entire day. To spend the entire day. So dhalla as-sa'imu mustaghfiran. What does that mean? Dhalla as-sa'imu mustaghfiran. The fasting person spent the entire day seeking forgiveness. And in bata yabitu, night. What is this? So for example, Bat al-abidu sajidan. The person who worships Allah spent the entire night or spent the night in sujood. So within the first set. Then sara. Sara means what? To become. So either means you change from one state to another state, or one condition to another condition. So for example, sara al-jahilu aliman. The person who was ignorant, he became knowledgeable.
A condition to condition or state to state.
Yeah. So for example, the jahil became what? His condition, his sifa change. Yes? Or you can also have, for example, the thing change, for example. So here it's the same person, but his quality change. And you can also have it where what? You can also have where the thing itself change. For example, sar al-khamru khallan. Khamr means alcohol. But if you ferment alcohol, it becomes into vinegar. So the alcohol became vinegar. So the whole thing it changed. So whether it means the quality change or the whole thing changed. So now the next three, those that have ma, these four that have ma. What do these mean? We do it later on. But not that one. These 1, 2, 3, 4. These four that have what? Ma before it. All of these means what? Continue to happen. Continue to. What does this mean? Continue to. So for example, ma barihal hajju mulabbiyan. What does that mean? What's hajj mean? So the pilgrim continued doing mulabbiyan, labbai labbi talbiyatan, saying the bake. So the haji continued to recite the talbiyah. The haji continued to recite the talbiyah. Man fakkal mudhnibu rajiyan. The sinful person remained rajiyan, hopeful of forgiveness. Ma zala al-hujjaju waqifina. The pilgrims remained doing wuquf in Arafah, so continued to. And ma fati al-mudhnibu nadiman. The sinful person remained what? Regretful over his sin. Correct? Yes? Now, madama means what? What does madama mean? As long as. Madama means what? As long as. So basically, this happens as long as this happens. Now all of the others, and the last one is laysa, which means not. This is negative. Now the specific thing about here is that all of the others are sentences on their own. All of the others are what? Sentences on their own. But madama, this becomes what? The maf'ul fi of the previous sentence. So all of the previous things, they're whole sentences. Sar al-khallu khamran, sar al-jahilu aliman. One sentence on its own, complete. But madama becomes the maf'ul fi of what? The sentence before it. Do you understand? Yes? Okay. So he's gone through the list of kana, amsa, asbaha, adha, dhalla, bata, sara, laysa, ma zala, ma fati'a, man fakka, ma bariha, madama, and it's supposed to be laysa as well at the end, but laysa got erased, I think. Okay? Are you following?
So kana is was. Amsa.
So let's go through them. So kana was amsa. Amsa is what? Evening. Amsa is what? J. Abdurrahman, what's amsa?
Evening.
Asbaha, morning. Adha, forenoon. Dhalla, no, dhalla is all day. Bata, night. Sara, to become. Laysa, negative. Huh? Night. So it gives the mubtada khabar night meaning. Laysa, negative meaning. Ma zala, ma fati'a, man fakka, ma bariha, continue to. And madama, as long as. Understood? Are you following?
Okay, but dhalla means to continue.
To continue, no, all day long. Dhalla means all day long. Okay? Now, so these are what? The list that we had before. What's this list for? Af'alun naqisa. The first type of nawasikh. Yes? Okay. And what did he say? What do these nawasikh do? فَيَرْفَعْنَ الْمُبْتَدَأَ اسْمًا لَهُنَّ. Number one. وَيَنْسِبُ الْخَبَرَ لَهُنَّ. So this is now, it's not going to work. Maybe it might work in the bottom. So if you use here. So what happens? These words, it makes the mubtada what? What does it make the mubtada? Yeah, it makes the mubtada. It makes the mubtada marfu as a hal. It makes the mubtada marfu as a hal. So like, not as a hal. It makes the marfu mubtada in the state that it becomes its ism. So yarfa'na al-mubtada. These verbs make the mubtada what? Marfu. In the state that these words become its what? Ism. Yes? وَيَنْسِبْنَا الْخَبَرَ. This is the tarkib of it. وَيَنْسِبْنَا الْخَبَرَ. And it gives nasab to the khabar. And what does the khabar become? It's khabar. Yeah? So the mubtada is no longer called the mubtada. What's the mubtada called? It's ism. So all of these words give the mubtada a rafa, and makes the rafa, the mubtada marfu as its ism. This is the hal, as its ism. And it gives the khabar in nasab as its, remaining as its khabar. So for example, Rabbuka qadirun. Mubtada khabar, Rabbuka qadirun. So for example, it would have been Rabbuka qadirun. Yes? Rabbuka qadirun. Yes? What do you do now? When you place, if you place, for example, if you place kana here, what happens now? Kana does what? What does kana do? You say kana does naskh. It what negates the amal. So now it makes rabbuka. Yeah, it makes rabbuka marfu' as its ism, and it makes qadiran mansoob as its what? It makes it mansoob as its khabar. Is that clear? Are you following? Anybody following that? Now he's mentioning a few different rules now. So the basic is, it comes before the mubtada and the khabar. Mubtada becomes ism, but it stays marfu. And the khabar becomes what now? Mansoob, and it's called the khabar of that fa'lun naqis. Now, so you have fa'lun naqis, the ism and the khabar. Can the khabar come before the ism? What does wasat mean? Wasat? Wasat here means, wasatun means what? Middle. And if you take the word wasat into bab tafa'ul, and you say tawassata, what does tawassata mean? To occur in the middle. So waqad, qad means what? Come some times. Yes? So sometimes the khabar comes in the middle, meaning what? What does that mean? What does it mean comes in the middle? What do we have? We have fa'lun naqis. Then we have what? Ismu. For example, kana. Yes? And then what do we have that comes in between them? You have tawassut. Ay, yatawassatul khabaru. What do we have in here? Al-khabaru. Ya khabaru kana. Al-khabaru ya khabaru kana. So yatawassatul khabar. The khabar comes in the middle of the fa'lun naqis and the ism. For example, the poem here, فَلَيْسَ سَوَاءً عَالِمٌ وَجَهُولُ. فَلَيْسَ سَوَاءً عَالِمٌ وَجَهُولُ. Yeah, it's supposed to be, it's a poem, that's why. It's supposed to be jahulun, but because it's a poem, you have to say jahulu. Okay, so what do we have here? And the sign here? Where? Okay. So the poem is what? Sali, sal, sala, salu, sali. Opposite of silly. Clever? No? What's Sali mean? The Ahlul Hijaz logo of saying silly. Banu Tamim. Huh? Ask. Sal. Sal, Sala, Salu, Sali. So he's speaking to a lady. He's saying Sali. And what's the condition? What's the shart? So he's saying here. So you have here. Sali. Let me use another color. So he says Sali, ask. And then in between we have a shart. Sorry. Sali, ask. And in Jahilti, if you do not know. So if you do not know, then ask. Ask who? Ask. This is maf'ul bihi. Ask the people. Yes, ask the people about us and about them. So if you don't know, then ask the people. Because why? Laysa sawa'an alimun wa jahul. The main point here is this. فَلَيْسَ sawa'an, laysa sawa'an. What's sawa'an becoming here? Isam. Where is it coming?
No, it's khabar.
I'm sorry, Abdul Rahman. It's what? Khabaru laysa. Where is it? Mutawassit. It comes in the middle, between the laysa and between the alimun wa jahulu. You got it? And it comes in the Quran. أَكَانَ لِلنَّاسِ عَجَبًا أَنْ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ رَجُلٍ مِّنْهُمْ أَنْ أَنذِرِ النَّاسَ. Yes. So what's the tarkeeb of this? If you're in the Quran translation, what's the tarkeeb? You and your big mouth, come on. The tarkeeb now.
No, is this that?
Yeah, if you're in the Quran translation, you're supposed to know the tarkeeb now. Ji. What's tarkeeb, Muhammad? Kana is going to be what? Fa'lun naqisun, okay? Then we have to look for the ism and the khabar. Now, ajaban becomes what?
The second, the first one.
Khabar. Now, linnasi becomes the hal of the ajab, or it's mutalik to the hal. Is it a means of amazement for the people? And what's the ism? It's an masdariya becomes the ismu kana. This becomes what? Ismu kana. What does that mean? So was it a means of, so was this an masdariya after it? Was that a means of amazement for the people? So what do we have here? We have a scenario where tawassat al-khabaru. What happens to the khabar? Tawassat al-khabaru. It comes in the middle between the fa'lun naqis and the ism of kana. Have you followed? Another example, laysa al-birra. So birra becomes what? What's khabar, that's why it's mansoob according to one qira'ah. Khabar. Laysa is the fa'lun naqis. And this an-masdariya, this becomes the ismu kana. Understood? You following? Yes? وَقَدْ يَتَقَدَّمُ الْخَبَرُ. Sometimes the khabar can come right at the beginning. Even before what? Not tawassut, but right at the beginning, even before kana. So for example, except in dama and laysa. In ma dama and laysa, you can't have, what do you call it? You can't have muqaddam. You can't have a khabar muqaddam. But in the others you can. So for example, what can you say? Jalisan kana Sayyidun. So this becomes what? Khabar muqaddam. It will probably have a slight more emphasis on the jalisan. And kana is the fa'lun naqis. And Zaydun is mu. Zaydun is what? Ismu kana. You got it? Understood? Now, there's another scenario. It's not exactly the same, but it's slightly different. That sometimes, so in here, aha'ula'i iyyakum kanu ya'budun. So, what's happening here? What's iyyakum becoming the maf'ul bihi of? What's iyyakum becoming the maf'ul bihi of? Ya'budun. You have fa'il, fa'il, and the maf'ul bihi of the khabar. So not the khabar itself, but the maf'ul bihi of the khabar comes before kana. In here, the khabar of kana is coming first, isn't it? You following? What's jalisan becoming? Khabar of kana. And iyakum, is it the khabar of kana or the maf'ul bihi of the khabar of kana? So this is khabaru kana. This is khabaru kana. So if you have khabar of kana, if the maf'ul bihi of the, this is also part of the khabar of kana, like continued khabar of kana, but like linked to that part. So even the maf'ul bihi of the khabar of kana can come before kana. Have you understood? Yes, any other questions? So we continue from here, some more rules regarding nawasikh. So simple is, nawasikh is made from nasakha, to abrogate, to remove, to erase. So these kana and its sisters, inna and af'alul qulub, these three main categories, they cause the mubtada and marfu to lose its marfu'ness. The marfu'iyya goes away. One of the two becomes mansub. Yes, and the first is kana wa akhawatuha, and within a few rules of kana wa akhawatuha. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.